Jake Noecker here with Hold a Fight, and next weekend, June 27th, PFL Finals underway. With me today, a man on the card, Aaron Jeffery. Aaron, how we doing, man? About a week out.
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great. Just happy to be talking to you. It's a hell of a card, hell of a fight. And I guess, before we get into all that, when you entered this tournament, what was more appealing to you? The money or the belt? And you can't say both.
That is a good question. I'll say the belt. I think money comes and goes. I live a pretty modest life, so a belt up on the wall would be very cool.
And you're no stranger to fighting, but this is a new, format for you, so to speak. So, with each fight, is that different from fights in the past where you had one-offs? Does each fight in the tournament feel a little bit more heavy, more important?
Yes and no. Every fight is still just the fight you need to focus on. You can't focus on the whole tournament. I can't be looking at who's in the finals and trying to game plan for them when I have someone else in front of me right now. And I've said this many times before, but every fight feels like the biggest fight of your career. So no, it doesn't change much. Training camp's the same, fight night's the same. Just focused on what I got to do.
And when I ask this question, I get one of two answers. I'm going to ask you, tell me about this, season format, the rigorous schedule, so to speak. Fighters either love it because they're active and they get, promised fights, or they hate it because, like I said, it's rigorous. Where do you stand there?
I would say it's definitely a love-hate kind of thing. When I was with Bellator, I was only fighting once every 6 months, and all I wanted was to be more active. Now I have that, and it's great. I'm going to get a few fights in a short period of time, which is nice. It is definitely difficult. I would say mentally more than physically. Usually after a fight, you get to relax a little bit, eat some shitty food, do some whatever, have some time to chill. So to be literally minutes after I just want to fight and want to be relaxing, I'm already getting in the cage and doing a face-off and planning the next one, and Instagram posts are going up and people are asking me about it. It's definitely a little bit mentally fatiguing.
And do you like the aspect of, I guess, knowing who you're going to fight compared to, a management agency trying to reach out to people?
Yeah. And I like that aspect, and to kind of have an idea of the future, the next 6 months planned or whatever, is cool, which is not something fighters get very often.
And, might be new format, new tournament, but not a new opponent. Dalton Rosta, you guys are no strangers to each other. How we feel about this rematch, man?
I love it. Yeah, I think he's doing a great job of hyping up the fight, which is cool. I don't talk a whole lot, so he's kind of carrying my weight in the talking aspect. But yeah, I like it. I like the matchup. I liked the matchup the first time, and it went well. So just got to do that again.
Now, does that first win, does that give you more confidence in preparation, or are you nervous maybe that gives you too much confidence as to where you might overlook some things? I don't
know. Definitely gives me a little bit of confidence, but like I said, every fight is kind of the task at hand. I need to train just as hard. I need to look at it as a whole new fight. I got to study the tape and see what he's done since our last fight, and be the best version of me.
And does this fight, obviously we don't know how it goes down, but do you think it goes down similarly to the first one? You think we see the scorecards, or you think you find a finish?
I would love to find a finish. Bunch of my last wins are all decision. My last, I think, 5 fights have been decision. So yeah, I would love to get a finish again. But I can do it either way. If we have to go a full 15, I will.
And I know you said you're focused on Dalton right now, but I still have to ask you about the potentials of what's next, because main event of your guys' card, Fabian Edwards, Josh Silveira going at it. Do you have a prediction for that fight? Do you think someone's going to win?
I'm leaning towards Fabian for sure, and I think he's probably coming in as a favorite. I think Josh is a very good fighter, but I think Fabian's just a little bit too crisp and clean, and might be able to catch him.
Do you have a preference of who you'd rather face? I don't know. Do you want that Fabian fight back?
It doesn't matter that much to me. Same with this one. The rematch it's whatever. Every fight's a new fight. I don't have anything personal against any of these guys. I don't know them personally, so it doesn't mean that much. To avenge a loss, sure, I guess that's cool, but no, I don't really care too much either way.
And last year, the finals was, you know, one giant mega card. This year, it's split up into 3 different spots: Atlantic City, Charlotte, Miami. I assume it kind of works like, you know, you fight the last semifinals, you're on the last finals, so that maybe that means you're in, I guess that would be Charlotte or Miami. But do you have like a preference for where you fight or any idea?
No, I don't know where it's going to be.
You don't want to come to beautiful Atlantic City compared to, you know, stinky old Miami, or what?
I like locations that are close to home. People that know me know that I love to drive and do long ass road trips. This next one in Chicago, it's like 8 hours from me here in Niagara, so I'm going to drive there.
That's cool.
If this next one it would be somewhere that I could drive to, I would love that too.
And I mean, beyond this season, do you have any thoughts yet about next year, whether you'll be in the season, chasing one-offs, any idea, or not even there yet?
No, I don't know. I mean, the goal is to win this tournament right now and then fight for the belt and win that too. So, yeah, that's the short-term goal anyways.
And I mean, for years now, you've been asked about UFC, giant promotions, whatever, Bellator to PFL, giant promotions, in my opinion. Is the intent to stay with PFL moving forward, or any thought there at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Again, like I'm focused on this tournament right now. I got 2 more fights to get through and then possibly a title fight after that. PFL and formerly Bellator have both been great to me. Yeah, I'm not like planning to leave. That's for sure. Like, these guys are awesome, and I like fighting here. So yeah.
And I mean, it's probably kind of cool. Like, it would be cool to have, you know, you, Jazzy, and Mike on the UFC, but it could be even cooler to have Mike running the men's in the UFC, Jazzy running the women's, then you over here running PFL, like the big 3-headed Canadian monster.
Exactly.
And I mean, like, camp-wise, you spent some time at NTT, also came down to Killcliff. How's Killcliff compared to Niagara Top Team?
Both awesome gyms, man. Like, I'm very privileged to be able to have these 2 options. I think they're 2 of the best gyms in the world. Honestly, I think the structure of the 2 gyms, the way practices are run, and like the coaching, I think it's like fairly similar at the 2 gyms. The only thing I don't have here in Niagara all the time is like big guys, right? I think I'm like the only middleweight in the room. I got Mikey, who's a welterweight, and he's fucking awesome, and a couple other welterweights, up and coming pros and stuff, and I get very good work in here. But yeah, I need to go down to Florida and push around some big bodies once in a while.
I saw you working with Reinier de Ritter. What other big bodies? Because I know Killcliff's got a bunch of middleweight, light heavyweights down there.
Yeah, I worked with de Ritter a bunch this time. Brendan Allen, I was with him a lot also. I'm always with my boy Impa down there. Who else did I have this time? It was a lot with Brendan and de Ritter. I would say those were like the 2 main guys this camp.
Was Tuco Tokos in there when you were there? I know him and Brendan are buddies.
Yeah, he's there.
And I mean, just working with de Ritter, right? Like, the fans probably want to hear about this. De Ritter is super famous, stock rising. From, like, you know, outside perspective, awkward style. I imagine that translates to training a little bit.
Yeah, he's sick, man. Definitely a little bit awkward. And like, not the most relevant, I guess, training partner for this fight. He's like a big, lanky southpaw jiu-jitsu guy, and I'm fighting a shorter, stockier striker wrestler. So, but it's very beneficial to go with a guy like that, man. He's like a wealth of knowledge for grappling stuff. So yeah, to go with him and kind of pick his brain was very cool.
Now, if I would have asked you, you know, 6 months ago, who would you rather learn grappling from, Bo Nickel or Reinier de Ritter? Would your answer still be Reinier de Ritter? Wasn't that kind of crazy?
Back then, I probably would have said Bo Nickel because I'm more of a fan of wrestling than grappling. But yeah, Reinier's the man.
And before I get you out of here, Aaron, you said it yourself. You're not much of a smack talker. Dalton's been doing his piece a little bit, so it doesn't have to be smack talk. But do you have a message, anything you'd like to say to Dalton?
Not really. They asked me that in the PFL interview, and I just said 2-0, baby.
I love it, man. And before I get you out of here, anything for all your fans?
Not much. Tune in next Friday. PFL semifinals is going to be big.
June 27th, semifinals, some middleweight action. Aaron Jeffery, thank you so much, my man. Best of luck, best of skill, okay?
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.